Kia ora and hello from Hutan Pantai. Welcome to my stream. It's now November and I can safely tell you that giants have not changed the grass growth state at the moment. It was the same amount of grass for the first stage of harvest as it was for the second stage of harvest. So that hasn't changed. Oops, sorry, hit the mouse. But there's been a number of changes happened. We harvested the cotton, if you remember, and that's now all been converted to fabric. And let's see if I can spin round here. And we have now got rice paddies. And some more greenhouses set up. We also have a rice greenhouse so that we can grow the rice seedlings. And of course, because it's so close to the road, I had to get a dirty great wall built, just so that the cars wouldn't smash into the greenhouses, just to protect the greenhouses. So there's been some big changes. So we've changed field 3 into 2 rice paddies, and I'm going to put, oh, look at that ripple, that never gets old. The way it bounces, look at it bounce and just collide. That is just so realistic. That is awesome. But I shouldn't get distracted. ADHD brain. Oh, there's a squirrel. No, but seriously, what I want to do is I want to plough up the end here, because it needs ploughing, and plant some grass seed, and then put some goats in here and get some goat milk. So that is the plan there. So we're going to look at doing some ploughing today. There is a new plough that we can use. Everyone's favourite. The Black Sheep Modding Lizard Plough. So we'll use that one because it is just so much easier to use. Now, one of the other things that we did was we purchased a wood trailer and this little wood miser sawmill. And the plan for that is when we do a deadwood contract, we'll collect the trees. I've asked the different landowners and they're happy with that. It means they don't have to worry about it. And we're going to mill it here. Now we will actually get a bit more wood doing the milling ourselves than what we'd get paid by taking it to the sawmill. The sawmill doesn't want to muck around with the dead wood, you know, trying to get rid of the rotten bits. But when you've got your own little mill, then that's not so bad. So there's been a few changes around, but I think for the better. And we've got rice, so we've got rice to plant for next year. We should have some seedlings, and what we have left over after we've planted we can sell. See how that all goes. But right now I would like to collect from the spinnery our fabric and take to the sell point. So let's see about doing that. Getting to the fabric, sure, the spinnery can be a bit tricky. So let's see how we go. How has everyone's day been? Hope it's been good. It's been a Saturday here for me, and I actually spent a bit of time working on another map, just setting it up for what I hope to be an interesting experiment video. So look out for that. It's been my first time doing a video rather than a live stream, so it's probably going to be a bit different. But it's going to be very polarizing, I think. People will either love it or hate it. Mainly because there'll be no farming. No farming at all. Out for that. Should be interesting. Or at least I hope I can make it interesting. I do hate these one-way streets. They do get a bit confusing. I'm just not used to the road setup yet. Here we go. It's a spinnery, and we've got quite a bit of fabric. Thinking, let's load it up, and I'll use the auto load mod from Loki, basically emulating the fact that Spinnery's probably got their own forklift to load the truck up for us, so why not? That's my story and I'm sticking to it. So let's have a look where the best place is for the fabric. There we go. And it's the warehouse. Okay, so let's tag the place. Okay, so it looks like it's not very far. So we have to go this way. The traffic lights. Okay, got a green light there, and we've got a red light down there. So it looks like the warehouse might be up by the railway lines. It might be climbing the hill. there didn't seem to be any new mobs today. But that's fine. We did get quite a few for the... Yes, what does that say? That's not where we want to go. We want to go up a couple of roads. See the flashing yellow dot on the map. Here we go, we've got a green light. Hey! Oh, everywhere. And another red light. They love their traffic lights around here, don't they? We'll sell the fabric, get a little bit of extra cash. I'm thinking one day I might buy the field opposite our grass field. And the one that's just on the other side of the railway line. Might buy that and add it to the barn. Still not too sure what we'll do about the water buffalo. Oh, we got the wrong one. But there's a nice lookout over the city there. Well, it's a little bit narrow for a truck to go up to a big warehouse. So, there we go. We've got a bit of early morning fog. I'm not too sure where we sell this. Sold anything here before. It's here. Let's try. Yep, that's about 55. Okay, so let's finish the lease. Well, can we finish the lease here? No, it doesn't look like we can finish the lease here. Okay, so it looks like we have to go back to the spinnery. Let's go talk about it. Pantai, the traffic light waiting simulator. But I am excited to see about doing some wet rice. Got some long grain rice growing on another map. And looking forward to harvesting that, but looking forward to doing the wet grain rice. Sorry, just the wet rice. Wet grain. There we go, I've invented a new kind of rice. So it'll be interesting to see how that little sawmill goes. Mate, I'm on a green. What are you doing crossing? Let's see if we can sneak up here so we don't have to wait at the traffic lights. There we go, and there's the office there, so let's see if we can talk to the office. Yes, we do want to cancel it. There we go. We earned a little bit of extra cash without hopefully having to spend too much. Forward to some maps coming out. Be interesting to see what map makers can do. Oxygen David had fish swimming in streams times the farm. So I'm not sure when you can do that with the new water or what. Wait and see. Well, he'll figure some way out if there is a way to do it. Very, very talented map. maker on see is Alien Jim. Actually, one of his maps, it's the first mod map I downloaded in S17. It was funny, I didn't think mods would be a good thing. I was always a bit wary of mods. You know, they were always unsanctioned by the game developers. I didn't realise that Giants, the game developers, were actually right behind modders and wanting to do it. So for a while there I really steered clear of the mods, and in FS17 wanted to play Gold Crest Valley. Which was quite good. That's a good one. And well done on that. Tracks were always a bit interesting in FS17. You know, you just sort of get the tractor and the equipment, and then you've got the field done within a certain amount of time, and you're going to race against the clock. Putting that about. I definitely like the contracts in S19. S22, they're really good. S25, they're different. I'm not entirely sure they're different for the better. I sort of feel like the contract system wasn't broken, it didn't need fixing. But for some reason they decided they needed to fix it. Yeah, I don't know, it just... trying to make it a bit more challenging. We can't make as much money. We can't get the extra bail. Here we go. So let's go get the plough. Sold. So we'll hop in the trusty Voltra. And detach fertilizer spreader. Up and lease the plough, and we'll look at ploughing that field. I'm sure we'll be in time to plant the grass. Find out. And the other thing I purchased too was on the second-hand market, and I couldn't resist it. Pottinger 14-meter windrower. So that's going to make making hay a lot easier. But let's have a look at the ploughs and lease what we would like. Where do they hide the ploughs here? Here we go. Under ploughs, of all things. And there we go. The Lizard Subsoiler plough. So let's have a look. Which one do we want? Yeah, I think we'll have to go with the 6 meter. Lease for 800. I think it definitely is a good idea. Now, it was tested, and it looks like if you've got a lower powered tractor, but if you hook up to it backwards, it will actually still work as a plough, but won't require the same amount of horsepower. So it is a fairly hefty horsepower device, which is understandable. You know, you're ploughing at 6 meters. Now those big conventional ploughs, you know, the big ones, they can okay, so let's have a look here. 6.2, let's just cut that down to 6. Hold on. 6. Oh, interesting. It didn't pick up the field. Okay. I didn't see the gap. Saw the gap. Okay, so I might have to do this by hand. We haven't got the allow create fields yet, so we should be okay. Just to move ahead and plough. So we'll probably pull up a few stones. Interesting that it's not ploughing over the tyre tracks. That's interesting, isn't it? Not sure what's happening there. I hate it when it breaks the lock. Here we go. So it's got quite a good speed to it. But I'm not sure about the tyre tracks. That's interesting. I guess as long as it gives a ploughed state. But yeah, that is interesting. Yeah, it's just not ploughing through the tyre tracks. Very curious. Wonder if there'll be an update. Okay, just about done here. We will have to lime it though. So that will probably be quite an expensive job because I don't think we have a cheap trailer to lime with. So yeah, that could be expensive. Yeah, it's interesting how it's not ploughing up the tyre mark. Once the tractor's made the tyre marks, it's staying there. So did anyone get a chance to watch the Farm Sim show with Clutch Simulations and DJ Goham? Always find that to be quite entertaining and quite a bit of information in it too. It's quite good. And you know, today they were discussing about the patch, some of the fixes in the patch, what they liked, what they didn't like that hadn't been fixed. So yeah, that was an interesting show. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, it's a good show. Oh, sounds like we've got fireworks happening. And there you hear Farm Dog reacting to the fireworks. Okay, there we go. We've finished that now. Hope the fireworks aren't sounding too loud in the microphone. Hope the microphone's doing its job and not picking it up. We live near a public park, so we quite often get events happening and fireworks. So yeah, can make a noisy night sometimes. So where are we? Let's drop this back. We're finished with that. Turn. Yes. So that's interesting. Now we've got to think about liming. Let's have a look at the liming. Let's have a look, see if we can plant the grass. Yes, we can plant the grass. Last month for it though, but we can plant the grass. So let's have a look here. I want to lime. Let's go to there. I think all we can get is a big one for liming. So while we're here, we'll look at getting a see what do we got there? We got that one. Or could we get weeder? Does it have is it under grassland care? Okay, so that's got cedars in it, so let's lease that. Not going to cost a lot. And what do we got here in the way of fertilizer spreaders? That does lime. Yeah, we've only got that one, haven't we? So looks like that's all we've got. So let's lease that. I have got some lime back at the farm, so we'll go and pick that up. Shouldn't take too long to lime up. Yeah, I assure people this is just fireworks going and we're not having a mini revolution here. It's just fireworks. I should untag the warehouse too, so it's not showing up all the time. Yeah, those rice paddies look awesome, don't they? With the water. I didn't need to have the water in them, but they just look nice with the water. I think we need to put lime on it. Hope we do. I hope we've got enough lime. Okay, so it's going to be interesting to see if it now picks it up as a field after I've done the ploughing. I know what I forgot I was going to do. I'm going to have to go back and hire the plough in. Well, fortunately it doesn't cost that much. So it sounds like the fireworks are finished, so that's good. Now, let's go back to the ploughs. And our favourite lizard. I think that's everyone's favourite. It hasn't cost that much to lease it in the scheme of things. Sorry. Hello, I'm coming through. Once again, A for artificial, definitely. So I want to extend this part of the field out, and I have a plan. I don't know if it'll work or not, but hey, it's worth a try. So let's fire that up. Let's decrease that down to 5. Wrong one by the looks of it. Yeah, keep going to AI worker instead of steering assist. There we go. Okay, that's... So hopefully, now, lock onto that one, pull up to here. Do Y. There we go, we're ploughing up and I reckon we should look to plough up this patch here as well. Around in circle. Okay. So look at how it's changed. Changed for the new field. Added around for the new field. That's pretty awesome. Did it pick up that we were in a... No, it's still going through the... Okay. Change that back to limiting to fields. Drop that off. And we can return it when we're finished with the spreader. Yes, B. Right, let's get this limed. I hope you all are enjoying the game. And you're enjoying the videos that I'm making. I'm enjoying making them. I enjoy playing the game. We're relaxing with the game. Coming up with new ideas and stories. It's definitely a fun thing. I like having a story for what I'm doing. You know? Giant sort of did it with the with Walter and Granddad, having you start the farm as a grandson. But yeah, I do enjoy having a bit of a storyline going. Now we've got to pick up these bales soon and take them to a sell point. They are currently in the process of fermenting still, I think. Yes, still fermenting, 94%. So not far away. One last little bit. Yeah, I think there's just one little bit here that I may have been just a fraction too far away from. There we go, that looks better. Do I have a problem? I don't have a problem. Now let's get that weight off. Let's pick up the plough. So this can be used as a front mounted plough with a device behind it, like a seeder or something like that. You know, maybe a cultivator. I should actually that off and I can pick that up later. Ooh, that doesn't look good. Looks like there's a few little things with that plough. Not sure if this is going to work or not, but hey, we can try it out. Might have to cultivate the field first. I had to give up some of that field just for the rice greenhouse, rice seedling greenhouse. So I thought I'd put in some lettuce greenhouses at the same time. Just to fill in the space. If this will work, find out. Hoping it'll push the stones out of the way. But if it doesn't, it won't really matter because, you know, we're not planning on mowing it or anything like that. So, okay, so we've got 250 litres of seed. I wonder if that will be enough. Alright, let's pick up our front weight. And fold the roller. Let's have a look at the animation. Don't really want to put it onto the grass seed or onto the grass. Put down. It's still picking up that rice paddy, isn't it? Yeah, that's not seeding, is it? Okay, we'll go grab a cultivator. Hopefully that's all it needs. Usually the direct seeders that can plough straight or can seed into directly into ploughed ground. Everything else needs a seed bed prepared for it. So yeah, so we'll do that. Let's grab ourselves a small cultivator, disc harrow, cultivator. What have we got? 3 meter. 4 meter, 5 meter, 5.6, okay, I'm going to go with the 5.6. With support wheels, how does that sound? No. $2,000? I don't think so. Lease, yes. Okay. So that costs more than the 6 meter plough to lease. Maybe if put some beacons on, they won't have an excuse saying, oh, we didn't see you, that's why we turned in front of you. Like, yeah, I don't buy that excuse for one moment. Okay, so okay, I think we're ready to go. Yeah, that looks better. I do like the Vulture. I liked it when I was in Art Sim 17. Missed it when it wasn't in 22. Because they were waiting for a visual pack to come out. Glad to see it back in Farm Sim 25. Awesome. I actually think Giants did well with the patch and getting it out. There's definitely some things that still need to be fixed. I do hope they can fix that sunflower farm. Be a bit sad if you could only take photos of the sunflower farm, you know, in the first year that you're on the map. I hope they can fix that. And I hope they can fix the museum so we can actually go in there and see the displays. But I guess things like that are just niceties, aren't they? They're not game breaking, not like console crashes, that sort of thing. So it makes sense that they focused on those things first, and you know, maybe they'll fix these other things up later. Like not being able to feed hay bales into the sheep pen. That's sort of relatively important, but I guess, you know, consoles crashing are probably more important. It will be interesting to see if we can see directly into this now. Certainly hope we can. Okay, nearly done. It's interesting how the textures don't quite catch up. Yeah, the texture streaming definitely makes for some interesting viewpoints. Definitely feel the difference, or you can see the difference with the tractor bouncing around between a cultivated part of the field and our part of the field. It's quite well done. Okay. So let's try this again. Not sure if it'll work or not. Let's have a look. No, not working. Okay. Well, I do, so you know how not to do it. So we'll grab ourselves a cedar. Okay. So let's see where we hide cedars again. Here we go. Cedars. Okay, it's what, 3 meters? That's 4 meters. That's 12 meters. That certainly gets things done quickly. Uh, 300 horsepower for that. Looks like I have to just use the horse. Okay, so let's Reset. Now, we didn't get to try that, but I do wonder if they've got these so that you can now go over ploughed ground like a direct seeder. Because they've got the, you know, they've got the harrow in the front, so they should be able to just go over the ploughed ground, I would have thought. Maybe they can't in real life, I don't know. Haven't done enough round seeding to know. Done a lot of orchard work, but not a lot of arable farming. Let's change that to select seed. Right, grass. 250 litres. Let's see how far that gets us. We've got a stop sign. Didn't see him stopping. Aye. Yep, that's seeding. We need to get a roller as well and just roll over this. There was a nice roller in the available in the mod hub. Just a little bit smaller than the big ones that apparently I'm not allowed to use this machine in the rice paddy. Well, I am surprised. there's an awful lot of mods coming out. Unfortunately, a lot of them are for PC only because of the scripting involved, how they change the gameplay. Unfortunately, a lot of them must have mods if you have a PC. Always that age-old fight between console players and PC players, where PC players can get to have the script mods, console players don't get to have it. It's a shame, but you know, those are the rules set by the developers of the consoles. They like to think of themselves as the owners of the consoles. You just happen to lease it from them. And I say this as someone who does own a console. And that's why the PCs have sort of grown. They've always been sort of like an open computing system, and right from the very start, you know, a lot of the how the peripherals were connected. They were connected with a oh, we won't hit the sign. In the early days of computing, they were sort of like an open standard. There was no rules and you know, people trying to make money out of every last little thing by charging royalties and fees. HDMI, I'm looking at you. And because the PC was sort of built on open standards, it was extremely hard to lock down. You couldn't just limit it to a certain number of manufacturers, because the standards were open. Anyone could manufacture a product to work within those open standards, and you know, it's worked reasonably well. I'm sure there's some software developers that would argue the point with me and saying that if things had been a bit more closed, their job would be a lot easier, and they're probably right. Yeah, that's why quite often we have quite a few bugs in a game when it's released, because it might work well on the developers' computers, but they've got one brand of computer, whereas the whole world's got literally thousands of different combinations. you look at the different types of RAM and CPUs. Some people have Intel i5s, i7s, i9s. Some people have AMDs. Then you got your different types of RAM, different amounts of RAM. Different graphics cards. You have Intel, you've got AMD, you've got Nvidia, and even within those brands, you have quite a few different types of graphics cards as well. A large portion of this grass is actually going to be built over where the sheep pen that holds the goats. We'll probably let this get to maybe stage 2 growth, and then we'll build the sheep pen around it, and it should give us a bit of food. Not sure how many goats we can accommodate in this field, but see how many we can do and what we get in the way of milk from them. I believe they don't do a lot of milk. Hey, it didn't use a lot of seed, did it? Working on the headlands now. maybe I can start on this headland. Maybe I don't have to do the other one. Definitely run a roller over this, and then wow, we've been streaming for an hour and a half, so that's quite a stint. Time does fly when you're having fun with farm equipment. So I'll finish this off and I'll show you the roller that I'm thinking of using. Okay. Okay, a couple of more rows to go and then that's us. I didn't use much seed at all. But I thought this would be a nice little area for the goats. It makes use of the scrappy end of the field. Okay. Let's double check that we've got that planted nicely. Looks like it. Looks like I might have some grass growing as well. Have to check on that one. I guess the trick is, don't try and plant grass in the rice paddy. Rice is just a form of grass though, isn't it? Let's go back. Instead of creating another one, let's load those in and then we can empty them all out. No, I only have a 900. Okay. Let's take this back. There, you see the water splash. What Giants has done with the water physics is just amazing. Boggles the mind. Think about the calculations involved and what they've done. How they get the ripples showing and that sort of thing. It's just amazing. Okay, so now the roller that I want to use is that one there. 6 meters. Let's see about picking that up. That should push the stones into the ground. It does get delivered the wrong way round. Fold it up and let's get back to the field. It's quite neat watching the cloud shadows go race along the ground. He was all over the place. Okay, see how this goes. You see the change in colour in the texture. The texture is just that little bit sharper when after you've rolled it. And just pushing the stones in. So it's actually working well. But it's been a long stream, so I will call it a night. Thank you to everyone who's watched this video. I do appreciate the views that I get. And please hit the like button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I do these live streams most nights. And I do hope you enjoy them. I'm enjoying making them. Enjoy playing the game. And I hope maybe you can learn what not to do for some things. Definitely can't use a grassland roller on a cultivated field, we found out. So you live and learn. But thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. So you all have a good evening, morning, day, wherever you are, and goodbye.